This is Noell with Bishop 30 Solutions. I don't get on Facebook all that much anymore, but a while back I kept seeing this feed from this tactical backpack company called Crossfire. It's an Australian company, and I kept looking at it. It kept coming on my feed, and you know, I did like it because I wanted to hear more about what they had to say about their product. And then, Lord behold, I got a friend, John Ammons. He's with UW Gear, Alpha Charlie Concepts. I saw that he had one of these tactical backpacks on his page, and the backpack company is called Crossfire. So I got with him, and he hooked me up with the company. And in all honesty, they did send me a backpack to evaluate. But I'm going to be honest in that evaluation. So they sent me one. They sent me the Crossfire DG3. It is a 55-liter pack. It is they consider it a 3-day pack. Well, I guess that 3-day pack depends on where you're at. Now, I'm in northern Alabama, so I think that 3 days, even in the winter with this pack, I think could be fine. So, but if you're in Alaska, maybe not so much. But they got something for you, and we'll talk about that here in a minute. The pack itself, with nothing else in it, just the frame and the pack, weighs 4.8 pounds. It's made out of 500 Diener Cordura. All right, and it has a ripstop filament in it, so that's good. Like I said, it has an external frame. Now, it also has an option for an internal frame. Okay, I don't have that option. I personally like external frames, so that's not something I'm probably going to go with. But they just have a little sleeve in the bottom of the pack. Take the frame off, put that insert in there, and put the shoulder straps back on, and you're ready to go. Okay, so this is the DG3. This is kind of the middle of the road pack. They have a DG1, which is a small patrol pack, and it will adhere to the MOLLE on this pack. So if you're on patrol, you come up to your ORP, you ditch your heavy pack, your big pack, put your patrol pack on, and you continue your mission. I think that's a great setup. They also have a DG16 and a Mark 7. Now those two are for long range movement. They are huge bags. So if you wanted a 3-day pack in Alaska, that's probably the one you'd want. This is probably not going to do you in Alaska for a 3-day pack. So now, what I want to do in this video is I want to kind of dive into it administratively, kind of show you the features. And I got to be completely honest. This is probably about the 6th time that I've made this video, because every time I do it, I find a new feature. So I don't know if they normally come with instructions or not, but mine didn't come with one, so I'm just learning OJT. Right? So let's talk. I'm going to go from the top and I'm going to go down. Let's talk about the lid here. So they actually had the lid designed, covered, because let me back up. It is a lid because it is a top opening pack with a zipper, and I'll get into that here in a minute. The top of the lid is contoured around the pack, so it closes it. It has some Velcro here, so if you wanted to put like your nameplate or something like that, that's fine. I'm not into morale pouches or anything, but you can put one on there. One thing that they did have, like I said, with combat in mind, is this flap here comes up, folds around. They have an IR panel for nighttime operations. I think that's pretty good. Put it back down, and don't be seen. Turn it around. Oh, wait, before I get into that. So let's talk about the straps that secure the lid. So these straps go all the way to the base of the bag. So conceivably, just like the old Alice pack, I love those things. If you want to put some type of a box, some type of a crate, something in here, cinch it down, you can do that. So it gives you some options. One thing it does have, so if any of these break, the plastic buckles, they have the tab system. So what it is that it's got webbing that is sewn back on itself with a loop. So if this breaks, I can take it off, just push it through the little plastic O-ring, and then push it back through. This is a little bit more difficult because it's got two pieces. All right, push it back through. I got to work it. Push it back through the buckle, and it'll come off, and you can replace it with a new one. And if you want to put it back on, you simply just run it through that O-ring, and you're back in business. And there you go. Okay. Now, I'm going to turn it around. I'm going to show you the lid, the top. It has some really good features that I really like. They really thought this through. It's got two zipper pockets, and then it's got another pocket that basically accesses the bag itself. So let's talk about the zipper pocket. So the top one here is a smaller one, opens up, and it's got a little bit of some small pockets there for some organization. I'm not really big into organization because I think it takes up a lot of space, the material, but this is fine for me. You put some pens, papers, notebook in there, and it opens up into just a regular size pocket on the top. The next pocket, you notice it has a rain flap on it. All right. Next pocket opens out. This is the big pocket. You see this material here, this gray material? Well, that's a soft material. And if it's a part of a pocket, you open the pocket up, and the whole inside of it is that gray material. What this is if you got some optics or some glasses, goggles or something, you can put them in there and they won't get scratched up. The good thing about that is that, well, the bad thing about it is that it's kind of, it'll absorb, I believe, a lot of moisture, a lot of wetness if it rains. But the good thing is it's a couple layers down, so the rain probably wouldn't get to it. So, let me just zip that back up. Again, it opens up into a big pocket here. And then it has another, you see, a mesh bottom pocket. You can open it up and put other things in it. But with a mesh, it allows you to see kind of what's in there, and you can kind of sort out if you want to get it. Now, it also has another zipper here that's at the bottom of the lid or the top, so that if you pull the top off, you can get to that pocket. Pretty good feature. All right, zip all that back up. Now, one thing that I really like about this pack, they put some thought into it. Right here, you've got 1, 2 little flaps, and you got a big flap. This has a two-way zipper. Open it up. What this does, it allows you to have access to the pack itself. Because, and I'm going to go over this when I actually open it up, but it comes with 2 water bladder pouches. So it comes with 2 of these that inserts in there. It's also set up, it also comes with a setup for a radio pouch for a PRC 117G radio. Now, if you've got a PRC 117 radio, and you know they always seem to change frequencies at night, you're on patrol, you can't see much, all right? You can open this up, and you don't have to take the whole lid off like you did in the old Alice pack. So that's a good feature. You can also change out the water bladders. It has 2 of them, and it has the ability to take both of them at the same time in the back. So that's a good feature. You also, from the water bladders, if you have the tube that comes out, well, you can just open that up. Sorry, open that up like that. Tube comes out this side. If you've got the radio in there, you can open up this side. The radio antenna will come up. So I think that's an awesome feature. And just close it up if you're not using it. All right. Of course, it has a handle. All right, and it's pretty robust. It's going to hold the pack. It's a good feature. Let's turn it around. Let's talk about what's on the outside. All right. So you have Molly all over it. 55 liters I can increase that probably to 70 and no problem if with follow-on pouches. And they do sell large pouches to go on the outside. So Molly all around. Now, I prefer a top opening rucksack. This one is a top opening, which I'll show you here in a little bit, but it also has the zipper. Because if you're on patrol, or this is your bug out bag or get home bag, and that zipper breaks, and that's, a lot of them come all the way around, and they zip all the way up. If that zipper breaks, man, you're out of luck. I mean, that's too bad for you. But this one, I don't think this zipper is going to break because it's a very robust zipper. Plus, it has compression straps that hold the pressure in together. But if it does break, something I just thought about is if you took some paracord, you can lace it like that and do a self-repair pretty easy. So that's what this Molly kind of gives you. On the sides, again, they put some thought into it. They have two sleeves. So you have a sleeve here that goes all the way through, Molly on the outside. Then you have a sleeve down here that goes all the way through also. So if you have, it's a winter, you've got cross-country skis, you can put them all the way through, you latch them up to the top, and continue on if you're not using them. The other thing is that you can put it through this sleeve, and then it has a second pocket that actually stops. It's an actual pocket, it doesn't go all the way through. On the bottom of it, on the inside, it's a a very abrasion resistance material, a rubber material. It also has a hole in the bottom so that the water will come out. I've noticed one thing, and I don't know if it was made for it or not, but if you take a regular one quart canteen, it goes perfectly in that bottom pocket. It also has a elastic drawstring that secures it, and you're good to go. You can put one on either side. The other side mirrors this side. So it's really a good feature. Let's take that out. Another thing it comes with is a helmet pouch. So say I have my helmet, okay? And then I'm not wanting to wear my helmet right now, but I'm out and about, I'm on patrol, I'm in Never Never Land, and I want to secure my helmet, and I don't really have enough room to put it in the rucksack. So, it comes with this, kind of an unusual looking pouch. You take the helmet, and you put it in, upside down, like this, a couple of straps in it, and it has a strap that goes across, on top. And as you notice, as I turn it around, because I'm going to attach it down here, it's got Molly on the bottom. It also has two grommet holes that are behind the Molly here and here for drainage. And the bottom of the pack is actually padded. So if you've got some hard things in there and you put it down on a hard surface, it's not going to go clunk on you. So what it is you got the tabs. The tabs connect to the O-ring on the outside. So you put these in like this. As you can see, it doesn't take very long at all. Then you'll have two tabs on either side. One's here, you put it in. And on the far side. So, like for instance, if you have your Minuteman rig, you want to keep everything together, I think this is a good system. And then it just comes apart, just on it. So take it apart, put these through. I think this little tab system is a pretty good little system. They don't really wear out. There's no buckle to break. As long as the plastic O-rings are good, you're good. Okay? There you go. And we'll just put it aside. Alright. So that's a lot of the features on the outside of the bag. So let's open it up and see what we got going on in here. All right. Open up the bag. Now, like I said, it's a top opening bag. To support the zipper at the top, you have another smaller compression line here. All right. So if you notice, the actual shape of the bag, it's almost like a funnel. So that it gets bigger at the top, so you can just keep pushing stuff down, and then you just make sure the zipper is all the way at the top, and you compress it down. All right. Buckle it, and then you can actually open up the zipper. So if you open up the zipper and put it down here. The compression straps, and it kind of clamshell opens. All right. So I've got a waterproof bag in here just to kind of give it some shape. Now, guys, let me tell you, I'm a firm believer in waterproof bags. Whether you have your equipment in a big bag or you have it in multiple smaller bags. Look, when you grab this thing and you need it, and you gotta like bug out or get home or whatever, it's gonna be raining. That's just Murphy's Law. Okay. All right. Look what it has on the outside portion of the opening. You've got 1, 2, 3, and 4 pouches. They show in other videos that M4 magazines will go in there quite well, or whatever you want to get you want to get it quick. Now, talk about waterproofing. You look at here; it's very, very well waterproofed. The material is, so are these pouches, but the problem is you got seams, and a heavy rainfall, it's gonna get through that. You've got inside here, you've got a compression strap just to keep everything together, which can be very important once you start loading it up, and I'll show you when we get the other pouches in here. It can be taken out. It's got a tab system with O-rings on either side. So I've just left it in there for now. I have one of 2 side pouches in here. It is a nylon mesh material. Open it up. I like the mesh material because if you have radio antennas or something you want to see to gain access to, you can easily do that. It comes with 2. This one's installed. This one over here is not installed. It's a quick install. It has Velcro on the back side. It has corresponding Velcro on the inside of the pack. It also has a tab system right here with the plastic O-ring, so you just put it right in here. And then this one, and you're ready to go. So you can have 2 of those in there. Okay. The other thing, you got your radio bag. The radio bag goes right in with the corresponding tab and O-rings. All right, goes right in there. Of course, I don't have a radio in it, but it's got handles. It can also cinch it down with the Velcro on the side, make it a smaller profile. Here's a hydro water pouch. Put it right in here. It takes both of them. Okay, that's going to take up the bladder is going to take up some room in there. You have a second one, and you can also put that one on top of it. That's where that compression strap, I feel, is going to be very important to get everything together, so at least you have some more room inside the pack. Again, you look down here, it's padded on the bottom of the pack. I think that's kind of cool, and it does have the drainage grommets there. All of the tie-offs, not the tops, but the ends of the webbing have these Velcro straps. So you roll it up. You know the deal, guys. All right. Some of them I like, some of them I've taken off. You know, it doesn't really matter. So that's the main features of the pack itself. Let's take a look at the suspension system. The suspension system was absolutely, I mean, it was well thought out. I got to commend the guys out there at Crossfire. So and everything is adjustable, very adjustable, and I did adjust it. I mean, I'm going to talk a little bit about that here in a little bit because of the different needs that we have as far as how we're going to take our or how we're going to wear our load-bearing equipment. So take a look at the straps, the shoulder straps. This is a yoke type system, and I like that because the back here of the yoke, it keeps you from your upper shoulders, keeps it from hitting the frame, kind of like the old Alice pack. It had that portion up there, so I really like that. There are straps up at the top here that they're very adjustable, and they keep the load, the frame, in close to your body, which is what you want because you don't want it flopping all over the place. Now, when I adjusted mine, you have two different settings here. It was originally set on the outside setting. That's the way it came from the factory. I personally want them in closer to my neck so that I have less stress on my shoulders. So I did adjust them, and then the shoulder straps themselves. I really like them because underneath the fabric here, the way it's constructed is that it has a layer of more of a hard foam, and then the part that's against your body is a soft foam. The other thing is that the part that is against your body, you can see that there's different coloration because it's a different type of material. This type of material, it's a softer material in here, so it's a lot easier on your body and wearing. It also, I'm going to go down to the kiddie pads and the hip belts. They also have that material, so it's a little bit more forgiving on the body. And I mentioned these straps up here that keep the frame close to you. You can also adjust where you want to put them with these webbings here, as far as adjustments, so forth and so on. I just put them in all of them, just so that they ride really nice on the shoulder strap. Now, as you move down the shoulder strap, you have a sternum strap. Right here, I like sternum straps. I like the option of taking them off, putting them on while in transit, while I'm moving, so that I just adjust the shoulders, so forth and so on. What I don't like about a lot of them is that they don't have a system to keep them in place, so they're sliding all the time. So you're always adjusting them, and it's just kind of messy. Well, what Crossfire has done is they've put a strip here of Velcro underneath a piece of material so that they will stay in place. You can still adjust them, but they'll stay in place, so you don't have to adjust them all the time. As we continue to go down, just like the old Alice pack, those shoulder straps, this has a somewhat similar emergency system, where if I want to get rid of the rucksack in an emergency, I just pull this tab. It goes through the sleeve there with the Velcro. All right, and it comes apart. Have this little O-ring here, just like on the old Alice pack. Just put it through, put it back together, pull it up, and it's back in service. Okay, so it's got them on both sides. A hip belt is just a normal buckle, so you gotta have that off. Now, so you have the shoulder straps in conjunction with the kiddie pads, or the waistband. The British model, and I believe the Australian model for carrying your load-bearing equipment is usually having it low around your hips. And now I used to do that when I was in Ranger School. I did that, but I didn't have much on the LBE, load-bearing equipment. When it came, it was the suspension system was set up for a short system, meaning it was set up so that the load-bearing equipment would go under the hip belt. Well, I like a chest rig, so I don't want that. I want the hip belt more right on my hips instead of a little bit higher to facilitate the load-bearing equipment. So there's a couple of ways that you can facilitate that. There's a straps in here you'll loosen up. Loosen up the top straps up here, these compression straps. And then there's a series of tabs right in here. There's 3 of them. So I put it on the biggest tab, so the distance between the hip belt and the shoulder straps are maxed out. I'm an average guy, I'm like 5'9", so but it seems to fit me fine right now. Also, the hip belt portion comes off on either side. So if you don't want those hip belts, that's an option. If you're on patrol and you're always stopping, getting down for security, so forth and so on, then that might be something that you would want to do. The kidney pads here, they are also adjustable up and down. There's a piece of Velcro here that keeps them together. Take that Velcro off, turn them, and they come out, and so you can just adjust them up and down. So that gives you a little bit more length, or you can make it a little bit shorter, whatever you want, and your body type in conjunction with the load-bearing equipment that you want to take. It's all, the hip belt here. You have the tabs system again, so there's really no breakage. They don't really wear out. I really like that system. So it's really adjustable. I got on the Crossfire website, and they do have some really good videos on how to make the adjustments, and that's where I learned it. So, guys, this is a really well-made pack, very well thought out. I'm excited to throw it on my back and log some miles with it, which I'll show you that in another video. So until next time, be safe out there and take a look at our website, bishop30solutions.com.